Welcome back to the Recovery Tapes for episode number 14. My name's Gary and I'm your host. And today we are at Neverland Studios with Niels from a few episodes ago. So how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you going?
I'm good, bro. I got you back on because we got a lot of positive feedback about the way that me and you talk, and when you're answering the questions and everything, people were pretty impressed. So I didn't have a guest for this week because, as you know, when we tried to organise it, we dipped back and forth like 6 or 7 times, eh?
Yeah.
So, obviously people got lives. I got my kids, got job. It's actually really hard some weeks to line up a time where you can do an interview and be not full of anxiety or nerves and just ruin it. So thanks for coming on today.
It's all good, man. I know what it's like, the world we live in today makes it so hard for you to pursue something that you love on the side.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to work and make their bread and butter,
That's why I always give a lot of credit to the guys that do podcasts that have families.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the biggest podcasts that I follow, the main bloke on that, he's got 4 kids. So you know what I mean? If he can do it with 4, I can do it with 2.
That's it, man.
That's the way I look at it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same with music,
So what's it like on the music side of things?
Yeah, it's the same, bro. Like it's, I got 2 kids and I just got to find the time, you know what I mean? I got a little setup at home. So when I know that there's a 2 to 3 hour block where the kids are preoccupied with something else, I'll quickly just jump in there and write as much as I can, or record something that I've written prior. Like that's how we do it. Yeah.
Before we get into any further of the podcast, this is going to be on YouTube for everybody to watch as well because we got the top notch studios. Do you want to turn around and just point out what's sitting behind you there?
Oh yeah, bro? I got the 2024. Yeah. LP, Confidently Lost. That's available on vinyl now. So
nice.
If you just head over to my Instagram, Universal6025. The link's up there on my header. So just check that out.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I was really happy about it because I think that's the first ever vinyl I pressed up musically. So I was hella excited,
I love that front cover, eh?
Yeah, it's dope. That's my old man.
Yeah.
And that's me eating a pie with shitloads of tomato sauce on it. But, I think I don't know if we're in, I think we're in Karratha then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's 14 tracks, man. It's personally, I think it's the best music I've created. Yeah. And, special shout out to my brother Taco Bellinger,
Yeah.
He did all that for me and
nice
sorted
work.
it all out. He's the guy. So
shout out to you, bro.
Shout out Taco.
Also, another shout out I want to give as well before we start this podcast. There will be an ad at the front of it that everybody would have heard the different intro this week. So shout out to James at Monsters Inc. Muay Thai. Thank you so much for the sponsor, brother. I really appreciate it. And for anybody who's in Perth looking to better their lives, recovery, mental health, I'm pretty sure, actually I'm 99% sure on this one, they don't discriminate either. I think they got classes for the girls down there. Like, man, they got kids classes, blokes classes, everything. Like, whatever you want to do, even if you're not a drug addict and you just want to be better, there's some solid cunts in that gym, isn't there?
It's an amazing space down there, man. And what he's doing for, like you said, kids, women, men, families it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is just in Wangara as well. So it's just next to the post office. I'm not 100% sure of the address. Probably should have smoothed that out before I spoke about it. But up on my socials, there'll be links everywhere and stuff shortly. So you'll be able to get over and see that. But I'm going to do another segment as well this week, bro, and then we'll have a chat off the back of it. So I've gone to the internet.
Yep.
And we've got a few giggles, a couple of serious ones, and then it's me reading out loud though, so we'll see how I go with it. The leader of a $58 million drug smuggling ring was jailed after his own dash cam recorded cocaine and heroin being distributed from his farm. Robert Brooks was sentenced to 21 years in prison for importing Class A drugs. It was the largest ever drug conspiracy investigated by the region's police, and it has all been documented on his dash cam. An officer said it would have been a lot harder to convict him without the footage. The officer for the Eastern Region Special Operations Unit, who is remaining anonymous, said Brooks' complacency, stupidity, and lack of attention to detail meant his dash cam recorded drugs being collected from his business on Little Samuel's farm in Hudson. I'm quite shocked Brooks was stupid enough to have it in his car and record it while someone come to pick it up, he said. The 51-year-old of Elder Court pleaded guilty to conspiracy to fraudulently evade and prohibit on the importation of a Class A drug possessed on a criminal's property. He was described as the manager of the English end of the operations and was connected to Europe and further afield, prosecutors said. So in 2019, the unit intercepted 2 deliveries and seized 39 and 70 kilos of cocaine and heroin.
That was just them 2 deliveries?
Yep. It was assessed that there was 39 deliveries and they were valued between 42 million and 58 million.
Holy shit.
The officers said the dash cam footage enabled them to identify Stephen Capp, who acted as the courier. Officers had to watch hours and hours of footage on the dash cam, and they got a 5-minute snippet of gold. They were operating at extremely high levels, said the UK police. They had pulled it off 37 times before and become very complacent. Caps, 56, of Old Lodge in Hull, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply a Class A drug and possession of a Class A drug. So he got 9 years and 6 months. Also jailed for their roles in this was Richard Campbell and Thomas Wozniak. So Campbell got 13.5 years and Wozniak, 28, the forklift driver, got 6.5 years in prison for the whole thing.
Wow. The forklift driver got 6.5.
Well, that's actually funny that you say that, bro, because that was the first thing I thought. Oh, yeah, no worries, mate. Just take that box off the back of the truck for us.
He might not have even had an idea of what was going on.
Do you think he did?
He must have if he got 6.5 for it. He must have.
Like, even at the top level, guys, you know what I mean? We are human beings. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just, that
was all coke?
And heroin. So
coke and heroin.
Yeah.
So these guys are, like, that's big time shit. Like, over 30 mil, like, that's not.
So they're sending it through Europe as well.
Fuck me. Yeah, that's,
So it didn't say where it was coming from.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, if they're playing around with that much, distributing from where they are, where's it coming from? You know what I mean? Obviously, they're involved in something a little bit larger than what the cops just busted them for.
I think somebody turned the dash cam on purpose to get them got so that something bigger went through. Because if they're moving that much weight, there's a bigger dog, bro.
Fuck, you might be right there.
There's always a bigger dog, bro.
You might be right.
That's one thing that I learned, man. Is don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Like,
imagine that though. You know, like running something like that, so large, so much money involved, so much illegal shit going on, and your downfall is your own fucking dash camera. You'd be pissed. You'd be in jail, fucking beating yourself up. You know what I mean? Pause. But
fuck, man, that's wild. And I think they do hold very long, like SD cards and stuff with footage, don't they? Because of the truck drivers and stuff.
Some of them do,
To get 5 minutes of footage where convictions of those years in prison, man, like the courier got 13 years, the forklift driver got 6. Like that's 20 years just.
Yeah, it's a lot of time, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
100% it is. So we're just going to come straight back home now, over to Australia, because these people are getting very, 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 very smart with this. Listen to this and tell me what you think about this. 3 men have been charged for their alleged roles in the importation of 555 million worth of methamphetamine concealed in rolls of fabric. The men aged 22, 24 and 28, all from New South Wales, were arrested in Brisbane on Monday, the 14th of July, 2025, and they're expected to appear before the Brisbane's Magistrate Court on the 16th of July. So they've each been charged 1 count of attempting to possess a commercial quantity of unlawfully imported border control drugs. Now, I didn't hear anything about that on the news, man. I didn't hear anything about that at all.
What did you say? 500? Did you say 500 million?
So
No, 50 million.
555
Holy shit!
with the dollar sign in front. So 555 million worth of methamphetamine concealed in fabric rolls. Let's hear the details of it. Australian Border Force officers in Queensland identified and intercepted a sea cargo consignment from Thailand. Following its arrival into the port of Brisbane, the illicit drugs were concealed in 8 wooden crates declared as UV protective fabric rolls. The ABF assessed multiple red flags in relation to the consignment. Forensic testing established the shipment contained 597 kilograms of methamphetamines wrapped inside 200 rolls of fabric. And when the matter was handed over to the AFP, they removed the illicit drugs and the consignment was delivered to a warehouse in Bowen Hills. It will be alleged that the 3 men in the vicinity of the warehouse where the consignment was delivered to, 2 of the men have allegedly begun unraveling the rolls as the 24-year-old attended to buy an electronic scale, allegedly to weigh the drugs. The 3 men were then arrested by the Queensland Joint Organised Crime Task Force and taken to the Brisbane City Watch House where they were charged. During the subsequent search warrants of the warehouse, 2 vehicles investigators found, located and seized contents of the consignment, 4 mobile phones, 7 grand cash and tools used to get the drugs out of the paper towel rolls. The AFP detective superintendent Adrian Teller said the result demonstrated the commitment of the AFP, but not only that, the commitment of the drug traffickers.
Yeah.
That's wild, eh?
That's a big haul, man. That's a lot of meth.
How do you think what's the go with the rolls, bro?
I don't know.
I couldn't figure it out.
What rolls were they? What was it?
UV fabric rolls.
I don't know. They must have just thought that no one's going to check that shit, or
I wonder how they get it out of it, eh? I wonder what the process is to actually get the meth out of the fabric rolls. Like, do they have to soak it in water and dry it all out, or do they grind up the rolls and turn the actual roll itself into?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, I'm not into trafficking, so I couldn't tell you. But it's interesting, man.
It's very interesting.
These are the lengths that people are going through to make some money. You know what I mean? They're coming up with all these crazy ideas and rolling their fucking meth up into UV rolls of it's fucking mad. Like,
that would have taken a long time in Thailand as well. There's been a lot of effort put into that, and that was in our country a couple of months ago. So they're not releasing this information of the amount of drugs that are trying to be brought into, because the reality of that is that could have been on the streets being fed to our wood.
Make no mistake. There's another haul. There's another $500 million haul of meth that made it in. Yeah, that they missed. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Point. And these, like we were talking before off camera, like there was 3 or 4 girls. I can't remember the whole story, but they got done. Yeah. And they had copious amounts of coke, I believe it was, and it was wrapped up properly. Had Vaseline, fucking vinegar, and then wrapped again, and so the sniffer dogs couldn't smell it or whatever.
It's the same way as they get the drugs into the prisons, man. Do it with a water balloon, then you put it inside the water balloon, wrap it in another water balloon, and then paint nail polish in between the layers, and the chemicals inside the water balloon combined with the chemicals inside the nail polish block the sniffer dog smells. Yeah. So that's when you get blokes coming back from visit and they're running in and sculling a litre of water and sticking their hands down their throat and just yakking up all these little balls. Man. It's nuts, man.
You must want it real bad. I had I won't say any names, but back in the day, one of the boys got out and literally fresh out first day, and he rocks up to the crib that I was chilling at, and he's got this little ball. It's probably about this big. Yep. Right, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, oh, it's got half an ounce in here. And I was like, what do you mean you got fucking half an ounce in here? Literally,
Yeah.
the ball was like that.
Yeah.
And he's cut it open and started shaving it off, and took him ages. Shit was rock hard.
Yeah, man.
And fair enough, there was half an Oz in there. And he was like, this is how people in and out of jail get their weed. And I'm just thinking, fuck, you go through all that shit just for a smoke in there. But you know, that's how they do it.
That's how you get looked after too, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're in prison and you're like, you can do that,
Oh yeah.
you'll be right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so just make sure you can keep it up every week, otherwise you won't be right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so
that.
this is another story, and that really flowed really well because this is going to make you laugh. And this is fucking wild, man. The numbers that are coming out of this is just, I have questions, dude. I have so many questions off this. Police in Argentina have shot dead a carrier pigeon that was delivering drugs into a prison, the authorities say. The bird was spotted flying into the grounds of the jail in the central city of San Rosa. The officers discovered it was carrying a small backpack strapped to its body containing sedative pills, marijuana, and a USB drive. The smuggling method had already been detected and was under investigation as the officers were watching the birds and counting how many was coming in per day. It has published a picture of a dead pigeon with a white backpack containing 44 sedative pills of Rivotril, 7.5 grams each, and 0.25 grams of marijuana and the USB drive. So if you break those numbers down and stuff, that is 0.25 grams, about 2 sticks.
Yeah.
About something like that, like, you know, just under a 50 or whatever, and 44 Rivotril pills. Now, this is the nuts bit, bro. The Argentinian prison services have released the numbers to say that the traffickers were using pigeons making between 10 to 15 trips a day. That's a lot of Rivotril pills, bro.
That's a lot, yeah. And you know, like, that's crazy because it's like we're going back in time, you know. Like if you look at like ancient Egypt and some other ancient cultures, that's what they used the birds for. You know what I mean? There's a lot of birds were used for, you know, carrying shit, letters, fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's funny that, you know, people in prison are going back to that method to you know, get whatever they need to get done.
So the questions that I have is, what's the USB for? They've got a computer in there or some form of device that holds a USB reader. What other information is coming out of those prisons? Or is that all the transactions for the pills and the drugs and stuff? Do you reckon the USB stick?
Maybe, or it could just be some good old porn or something, you know, for the boys, you know?
Yeah.
Or,
Didn't consider that actually, eh?
Yeah, some photos. And,
bit of material for the boys,
And not just that, could be like, you know, some family photos, some photos of the missus that they won't let slide through the prison system, or, you know what I mean? Like,
that would take a lot of effort from not only the person who's sending the pigeon to the prison, but they must be selling and moving a lot of pills in there, man. Like the whole place must be bumping, because if you do 10 trips at 44, that's enough Rivotril to put everyone to sleep, bro.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
And let's not deny the fact that it's not just the prisoners. You know what I mean?
Nah,
it's the screws too that are in on it and letting it happen and getting paid off the back end of that. You know what I mean? So
you can't imagine that a Argentinian prison is going to be run too smoothly anyway.
Nah, no way.
Do you remember that show where they went around and looked at all the jails, like the old school jails, man, when Foxtel first come out?
Yeah.
I used to love that show. I just watched like all the different ways that people live, and, you know, it's actually not too bad here where we are, man.
Oh, bro, it's beautiful here. Jail here would be a breeze compared to, let's say, a jail in South Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, that's
like,
really...
some nasty shit over there, and
yeah, man.
They don't give a shit what happens to you, you know what I mean? Like, so it's, here is a lot better. It's still shit here, obviously.
Yeah.
But fuck, I've seen them shows before, and I'm just like, holy shit, man!
It's
like,
crazy, eh?
Imagine going to jail somewhere like over there, and knowing that you're going there for a long time. You'd just be like, fuck, you just give up. You'd be
My
like,
heart
I'm
beats,
fucked,
man. Like, I know how scared I was just being put in a cell with one person.
Yeah.
I can't imagine those fucking cells in Texas and Alabama and that where there's
Bro.
like 30, 40 of them in bunk beds and there's like 3 toilets, man. Like, bro, that's
man.
like,
I won't even sit here and act like a hard cunt, man. If that was me, if I was in your shoes and I was first time going to jail, I'd be shitting myself.
Yeah, bro. Anybody that tries to say they didn't, I love those guys. Like, fucking right. Because it's like, righto, big dog. Like, I know you were like, you know. But that's wild that they got that going on. Like, they've got that whole smuggling thing. And just like you said, straight back to our roots.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's like I've been doing, a lot of reading about old world stuff.
Yeah.
And that's something that keeps popping up is the use of birds. It was huge in every culture.
Yeah,
like,
right. Okay.
Even crows. Crows were used, like they were looked at as something special.
Interesting.
We look at them now as a bad omen.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they were used, they were like man's best friend. It was like a dog. If there was a king in this culture, there'd always be a crow drawn next to him because he used this crow to get messages to the next kingdom or, like use the crow to get stuff to him or her, you know what I mean? Like it was, it's crazy.
Fascinating, man. It is. All right, so this is a warning one for everyone. This has been coming up a lot in my feed, and you spoke about it with me off camera before, like you said, with the chicks and stuff. So this is a warning message, everybody. Don't fuck around and try and smuggle drugs in your body. This is a 23-year-old bloke. He was 23 years old and had recently graduated from college with a degree in engineering and had his whole life ahead of him. He was walking through Fort Lauderdale Airport and went into a Subway fast food restaurant to buy a bottle of water. He was feeling sick and he knew exactly why. One of the rubber packets containing cocaine in his stomach had burst, and shortly after, he would be in a coma for 10 days. This is a man who has just passed his degree in engineering.
Why did he swallow all that?
It didn't have the rest of the article there because I didn't get the whole thing to come up for whatever reason. The article's letting me to a certain point, but I just wanted to speak about it with you and get your opinion because that's very young to be smuggling that amount of drugs through your body when you're just done your engineering degree. There's a bit going on there, right?
It's weird to me that, he's just gone through school, done his engineering. He's about to, make something of himself legitimately.
Yeah.
And he would have his reasons, but why fucking swallow all that coke? You know what I mean?
Well, like you just said with those chicks that were doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it. And it's a wild way to
get ahead.
Yeah, it is, man. Like that's not even that. Like if you do get caught, they're going to have to get it out of you to count the amount you tried to smuggle. So the process you would go through after, even if you got through, would be horrific.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible, man. And so like I just wanted to speak about it just to put a bit of a warning out there, you never know, man.
Yeah, anyone thinking about doing that shit, don't ingest any sort of drugs to try to move it state to state or whatever, because you're playing with your life. Like jail time and your life, there's a difference. Your life can stop. You can go to jail, you're still alive, you still get to see family, you still get to, live.
This is a good point, man.
But if that shit goes pear-shaped, like, oh, mate, you cannot be here. You know what I mean?
Being in a coma for 10 days isn't a fucking short feat either, man. Like,
that's fucking crazy.
And so that's what's probably going to happen to you. Like, I don't know. I've never had a package burst inside of me from trying to smuggle. But I suppose that's what's going to happen. You're going to go into a coma, you're going to overdose, you're going to have a seizure. Like, it's not going to be good for you. There's going to be bad. So, yeah, please play smart, people. Don't.
But I got to say this again, man. Like, society is at a place where people are doing this shit a lot because they're struggling. They got jobs.
Yep.
They got a house. They got a car, but they're still struggling. And this is the way society is today. You know, people are working honest jobs and all the rest of it, and they're still in a point of life where they're struggling so bad that when an opportunity presents itself like that, they're like, let me give that a crack. That could put me ahead. I could pay off my mortgage quickly. You know, and that's the thing today, isn't it?
Yeah.
People just want to get rich. That's all everyone is going for. Everyone just wants to get rich. Everyone just wants to get that money. No one's even living anymore because all they're doing is chasing money. You know what I mean? Like, and it you know, you hear rappers say it all the time. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. If you're broke, I can't hang around you. It's like, man, that's my opinion. You know, just me.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up mind state.
Yeah, man.
You know, I will fucking chill with a millionaire and I will chill with a homeless person and I will take and give from both.
Yeah.
You know
Everybody
what I mean?
has something to give, don't they?
And just the fact that the world's in a place where we're willing to do this crazy out of this world shit just to get some money real quick, you know?
It's even like what I'm doing with the podcast, right? And I've just been sponsored and I'm just getting some nice numbers coming up on my pages and stuff. And like, they say that podcasts don't really make it past, I think it was 5 episodes, something like that, like most. And that's why all the names are taken for all the podcasts as well, because people create all this stuff and then when they're not getting those views and that, like you said, that instant gratification, and like, I'm not going to lie, man, I've put up some videos and shit and been like, yeah, that's going to do hell good, but you can't control that beast.
You can't.
It's not something you have the power to control. And if you could, you wouldn't enjoy getting the views. So
that's right.
It's one of them things where like, I really want to take this and make money out of it and do this. But the truth about it is at the moment I'm spending money to build it.
Yeah.
You have to.
You know, like, you got to love it.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy it,
man.
And I know you're, you know, like I said before, like you're giving and taking from it. So it's giving you something, you know, like, and you're enjoying it. You know what I mean? So if you enjoy it, you'll keep doing it. And if you enjoy it, you'll forget about what can happen from it. And you end up just doing it because you like it and you like talking shit to people around you and having convos, and you forget about everything. This will just become a normal part of you.
Yeah.
And then one day something might happen and you'll be like, holy shit, I forgot I was even trying to make something of this. You know what I mean? Like,
that day will be when I sit down with Ben Cousins like this.
Hell yeah.
And Chappelle Corby.
Yep. Oh, Chappelle would be keen, I reckon.
Chappelle Corby would be a good interview. As an Australian bloke who does recovery stuff, if you lived in Australia back in those days, man, that was, everybody was talking about that for a long, long time. And if you do ever hear this, Chappelle Corby, I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm not like a young guy who's looking to get a leg up in this world by using your story as a joke. Like, I genuinely want to know how your recovery is going. Like,
no, her story is epic, man. Like,
man.
I know it's a bit negative and she had to go through a lot, but yeah, it's an iconic story.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and I'd love to hear it from her as well.
Well, I think that's the power of the podcast world, is like that guy I interviewed last week, Shannon.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
He went to jail for so long and then they let him out and still told him he has to keep an ankle bracelet on for 2 years under the Northern Territory law. Like, that's a crock of shit. And the stuff that he spits out is just positive as.
Yeah.
It's not a negative drop that comes out of the guy. And like,
you could tell he's had a lot of time to think and become the person that he always wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, you can see it. I watched it. You can hear it in him, you know, like he might have been at a spot at one point in life, but he has grown like a lot. You can see it, you know, like he's ready to live differently.
He's got some big things coming, man. I'm excited for what's coming with that guy.
No, it's awesome. I love seeing that shit, bro. I love seeing people go through the ringer. You know what I mean?
Come out
like,
the other side.
and come out the other side and just be like, you know, like solid in their foundation and saying to themselves, nah, this is who I want to be.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what I want to
Yep.
do. And they go get it.
All right. Well, speaking of the people, I've got some more questions for you this week, and I've gone to socials and asked some people, and they've got some pretty good questions for you because you do answer them really well, and we'll have a good chat off the back of each one of them as well to just keep the flow of it going, man. So
Yeah, bro.
this one is from Pat, and it's not from Pat over here. It's from one of the boys in Adelaide, the Hindley Street Hooligans. So shout out to you, brother. I know you're battling away at the moment. And his question is, has there been times where the cravings have been too much, and what were your actions to help soothe them?
Talking about just the drugs.
Yeah, like when you were using and you like, you know, when you were like that, what was something that helped you soothe the whole?
Shit.
It's a good question, eh?
It is a good question. And there's a fucked up answer to it, right? When I was craving
Yeah.
and I wanted it,
Yep.
you know, sometimes I didn't have the money
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get it.
Yep.
I'd go out and do some dumb shit to get the money I needed to go get the drugs I needed. Like that's shit. It's shit. I know it's shit, but that's what, you know, if I had cravings and there was nothing I could do to like
Soothe it,
to
essentially.
soothe it and
Yeah.
not have it.
Yeah.
I'd most definitely be going out and trying to do something to get money
Yep.
so I could go get some. So
Yep.
I could, you know, feed that craving.
That's why I got you on, bro, is the honest answer.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it
Yeah,
real, man. Like
that's-
I don't think there was anything I could do when I was craving to get rid of the cravings.
That's what I wanted to talk about with you. That's the exact point I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about. It's sometimes the only thing that stops the craving is the drugs.
Yeah.
And then from there you make the decision to
Oh, I will say this might sound a bit shit, but it's true.
Yeah.
Women, sex.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that'd do the job.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That gratification of
Yeah.
you know, sex and drugs sell in the same setting for a reason, man.
That's right. Yeah.
So we've got another one here, and this is from Michael. He's a trendsetter from Perth. I've just recently met him, man. He's a good guy. I went and had beers with him and stuff, and so it's been cool for me just to meet some people along the way from the podcast. So shout out to you, bro. I know you listen every single week. And his question is, what's the most hectic thing that you've seen from drugs and alcohol?
Oof. People get hurt.
Yeah.
People get hurt.
Yep.
Like,
Fucks with you, doesn't it?
yeah.
Can you tell us how?
People losing their minds. I remember I was really young, man, and this has stuck with me since I was maybe 14, 13. I won't say any names again because I don't like to put people in that, you know, it's not my business, you know, but I was with a girl and we were all just chilling in Heathridge where I used to stay, and she was inhaling paint,
Yeah.
you know,
okay. Yep.
and that's something I never did. I never got into the whole paint inhaling. But you know, she did, and I'm not going to hate on her for it. That's what
Yeah,
she
yeah.
did. I was drinking alcohol. I mean, you know.
Yep.
So I will never forget when she just lost all. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know anyone else that was around.
Wow.
And it was like she was fine 1 minute inhaling, and then the next minute she just dropped the bottle, looked around, and I could see in her face.
Yeah, okay.
She was fearful.
Yep.
She had no idea who I was, no idea where she was. I could see in her eyes, man, she was like, fuck, where am I? And she actually said, where am I? Who the fuck are you? And started,
Backpedaling.
yeah. And I was like, hey, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's me, just relax, you know, like,
Yeah.
but that shit scares me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing someone go through that, like, it's funny. It's, you know, funny what the brain can do. 1 minute you're fine, next second you'll just have no idea who you are, who's around you, where you are. I saw that shit, and that shit. Sorry, I forgot the question, but
No, you answered it perfectly, bro. You're
That was what-
scared.
yeah,
What's
scared
the most
the fuck
hectic
out of me.
thing
Yeah.
you've seen? Like,
Shit
you
like
saw,
that.
So you saw somebody essentially go from being okay
to
not
forgetting
knowing who they were.
Yeah, it was it was scary. I mean, I'm 13, 14 years old at the time.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm like, fuck.
And it's that, can you tell us a bit about how situations around drugs and alcohol, when you see them at a young age like that, can you just tell us how that affects you long term? Like, you don't forget it straight away, do you?
Nah, like I said, it's like shit like that. And then you've got other stuff like people getting hurt and you see some pretty nasty fights and all that, you know. You just get paranoid, you know. Literally, I've just turned 40 and maybe 4 or 5 years ago, the paranoia that I've always had since a teen because of the drugs has only just started to open the door and fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, I've slept with an axe by my bedside since I was a teen. Ask my missus, she'll tell you. And only last year or the year before have I taken that axe and put it outside and thrown it away, sort of thing. And I'm like, I don't need it anymore. Even my mental, like being paranoid all the time.
Yeah, wow.
I'll be laying in bed. You'd know about this. Laying in bed, you hear a noise, you're up and you're walking around the house. I've been doing that forever. And it's only recently that I have stopped doing that and forcing myself, like, it's just a fucking house noise.
Yeah, man.
It's just the fridge.
Yeah.
You know, just the garage door moving in the wind. Just calm down, close your eyes, get some sleep. Because for years, man, like over a decade, I would get up 3-4 times every night, do laps of the house because I heard something and thought someone was trying to break in. And it was just my skittish, paranoid, drug fucked mind.
Well, this is why me and you podcast together so well, right? The next question from Duncan is, when you first quit using, how long did it take for you to get a stable mindset back?
I'm pretty sure I just answered that with the last.
Yeah, man. No, that's why I asked it because
it took a long time.
Yeah, dude. So there's not really a number that you can put on it, is there?
No, it's something that will change you, and that change will stick with you for a long time until you start putting in effort to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether that's, you know, going to see, talk to someone, therapy, whatever.
Whatever it be, yep.
But it's something that if you thrash it when you're young, bro, like when you stop, you're not going to go back to the person that you once were.
No. And that's why these addiction recovery chats are so important. And I drop little bombs of information in off the back of comments from people. And for those that don't know, if you take Valium or Rivotril or Seroquel or any of pharmaceutical drugs, if you take the tablet for 12 months every single day, like a Valium or whatever, it takes your brain 24 months of no Valium to go back to where you was the day you took the first one.
That's crazy.
It is, dude. And that's the human brain, exactly what you were just saying. Like, I talk like this and podcast like this for a reason.
Yeah.
Read the fucking box as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't just go, oh, yeah, no, it said 8 a day. Because the binders in those pills, they're bad for your head, man.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, like sometimes I feel like that prescription world is worse than the street shit, man. Like, it's fucking hectic.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I definitely believe it is. I saw, well, that's been happening for a long time. One of my friends when I was a kid, we're no longer friends, but when we were growing up, we were actually able to do whatever we wanted at his house because his mum was just bedridden from painkiller medication, bro. And like, it was a sad thing to see happen, but sort of like I remember seeing it at such a young age and being like, wow, like she's controlled by those tablets, you know?
Yeah.
And not really understanding until I sort of started fucking around with drugs later in life to realize like how sedated she actually was, man. And someone put her on that and said it was okay. Like, don't trust doctors either, guys. Like, I'm not going to tell people what to do, but my personal opinion is that, yeah.
Look, man, doctors are awesome. If your leg's hanging off and your bone's coming out and you need it fixed.
Yeah, that's a great. You
know what I mean? Yeah. But if it's like an internal problem I don't think the doctor's the person to go
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think the only person that you can go to for that internal issue is yourself
nice.
and the people that love you that are around you.
Yeah, nice.
Like doctors, man, they will just feed you some shit that'll fuck you up even more.
I find it interesting as well, like the old ancient traditions and stuff like you were saying, of like people used to live with birds and kings and all that. There would always be like a shaman or a medicine man that didn't live in the village with the people. They just live on the outskirts by themselves, like with a rogue animal or something like that. And Vikings is a good way to put it into a like picture for people. I feel like that there's always been someone that's been telling people to look into your soul, like look into you, like don't focus on this. And so I find that fascinating. I'm listening to Graham Hancock's Magician of the Gods at the moment. It's an audio book. Bro. Yeah. It is absolute fire, man.
Bro, man. Like you know where I stand with all that stuff. We've had these discussions. There's my African side, you know, mum's told me the same thing. Back where I'm from, there was always the witch doctor. That didn't live in the actual village. They were on the outskirt and they were doing their own thing. But when someone got really sick, who'd they go see? You know, they didn't go to the city and go see the doctor. They went to the old witch doctor, you know, because that's what they believed in. And I'm still a strong believer in self-healing. I believe that we have all the tools within us to heal ourselves. If something's going wrong, you know, there's something in us that we haven't, as a human race, tapped into yet. You know, that we're able to help ourselves out and get ourselves better. But that's a whole different fucking story. I mean, like
we'll just touch on that quickly before I ask you another question, because I'm not afraid to speak about this. I don't really give a shit what people say. Go and hug a tree. Actually, take your shoes off.
I hug trees.
Take your shoes off. Go out to go down south. Where there's those big fuckers, and they're the big fresh forests. Go down there, take your shoes off, walk through the dirt, submerge, put your feet in the dirt and hug the tree. You'll feel the vibration. You'll feel it talk back to you. Like the last time I went down there, you know, people were laughing at me on the little tour and shit we was on because I didn't care, bro. I just walked straight up, man, because I could feel it. I was surrounded by it. I live in the city. There's concrete everywhere. There's trucks, there's cars everywhere. Like, I don't know if other people can, but when I go out to the sticks like that, man, I can feel that shit, bro.
Definitely. I know exactly what you're saying. My family says it all the time. We'll go down south for a weekend or whatever, and as soon as we hit that fresh forestry, man, and you're amongst it, shit feels different. Your whole body feels different.
Someone's opened, I don't know the name of them. I can't remember. It's on TikTok. Someone's got in New South Wales, you know, where there's like all the farms and the rolling hills and stuff. Someone's opened up a rehab up there.
Hell yeah.
And your rehab is based in fresh air, meditation, no medications. Like, I'll find out more information about it. That'd be awesome. More on the podcast, because like we were just speaking about, there's people are going to do breath work with the headphones on and stuff to heal themselves from their traumas, rather than going to that channel of stuff, man.
While we're on this subject, I'll tell you right now, you know, I'm into this shit. I meditate every day nearly. Or if not every day, every other day.
Man.
I do a lot of breath work, you know. I go and sit next to a tree with my back on a tree.
Man.
I go and stand on grass with no shoes. Because I know the benefits that has. I've done the research and it does help. You know what I mean? Like I've had an anger issue ever since I can remember. Meditation hasn't taken it all away, but it has really turned down the volume on it. You know what I mean?
Do you suggest meditation to people in recovery, man?
More than suggest it, bro. Like, if you've got a mind that keeps running away from you and just intrusive thoughts that you don't want, because I had a lot of them too. Bad thoughts would come and go, and they'd be so bad that my body would react to the thought like it was real life. You know, I'd get my heart would beat 100 miles an hour. You know, like I'd get lightheaded, all from a fucking intrusive bad thought that I never wanted. It just happened because I cooked myself on the drugs over the years.
Man.
Meditation took that shit away.
Nice.
Like they're still there. I still get them, but
Nice.
very rarely.
Yeah, nice,
you know?
man. So this one's a good one. It's a bit different. It's not about recovery, but it's important for people to hear advices given and stuff. So this one's from the Wizard. Shout out to you, Will. What's the best life advice you've been given, mate?
Ooh. Best life advice I've been given. That's a fucking hard one, bro.
Yeah, man. Can be around recovery if you need it to be. It can be around whatever.
Shit, that's a hard one. Because I've got, at the moment, the past maybe decade of my life,
Yep.
I've had so much positivity, so many good people around me that I've had a shitload of good advice for life.
Yeah, man.
And it's hard to pick one. It's very hard to pick one.
Lucky man. Lucky man.
But I don't know, man.
You don't have to answer, bro.
I think
Don't
maybe
have to answer.
this is so simple, yet it's so effective. Like, and my kids say it to me.
Yeah.
When I'm stressing over something, and they say, "Dad, don't worry about it."
That's a good answer. I like that. It's plain and short.
It's plain and short, but it's like worrying about something that you can't really control.
Yeah.
What did I hear? Worrying about something that you can't really control. You're just like, you're worshipping the problem.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're losing your mind over something that's going to happen anyway and you can't stop it, what's the point in worrying? What's the point in getting bent out of shape? What's the point? Just let it go, let it happen and try to move on with your shit. You know what I mean? It might affect you in that, but yeah, worrying about something that you can't stop or control, you're worshipping the problem.
Going to run into these problems in recovery as well, aren't you? You can't dwell on shit because you got to keep moving forward to.
If you fuck up, don't beat yourself up for the next fucking 5 days. Pick yourself up and move the fuck on.
Yeah, man. Nice work.
I mean? Yeah.
Nice work. So this is the last question, and Pat couldn't answer this.
Yeah.
So I'll ask it to you because it's from Michaela. Known her for a long, long time, man. She's one of the girls from back in the day, man. I think I met her when I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
So what has been the most meaningful lesson that you learnt during your recovery? What's the one thing that stood out to you that was a big, big, big lesson?
Shit.
It's a crazy question, man. I'm going to keep asking it until people answer it.
The biggest lesson for me was realizing that my circle, the people that were close to me, even though I was breaking away and trying to do my recovery thing and trying to get better and do better and be more positive, the biggest lesson I learned was that you have to sound shit, but you have to break away from the circle, man. Like the people that you were around at the time, you can't bring them with you. You have to let them go and go on your own journey to get better. You know what I mean? I think I watched a episode with you and Pat. And Pat said something like, I'm not that guy that's, because I'm doing this, I'm not that guy that's going to be like, nah, fuck you, I got to do this. I am that guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And like, respect to you, Pat. I love Pat, you know what I mean? But I am that guy. I had to go do something to get better. I knew that if I didn't do it, my whole life would be fucked. All the people that were around me at the time, I knew that they weren't good for me. It wasn't a good environment for me. And every time I was around, that shit had dragged me back. So I had to just up and leave and go my own direction and heal in my own time without anyone around me saying this or that.
Beautiful answer.
That's
man.
my answer.
That was a beautiful answer.
Yeah.
And everybody in recovery, if you have to listen to that a couple of times, please do, because there was a lot of unsaid things within what you just said where people can apply their own life to what you just said and really gain that benefit, like we got 10 minutes left of the pod, so we'll just sort of ease out of the last 10 minutes, and then I've got something that I have written down for people in recovery at the moment, and it's pretty emotional for me, man. Like you with your music, I make videos and I write little bits of poetry and little bits of things out that sort of, you know, when I'm driving my car, long runs to work, because you know what it's like when you're going out to Midland and all that, and you're driving out there, your head's just ticking over. And so I had a young guy on TikTok message me, because I've gotten to the point in the recovery thing where there are a couple of young blokes messaging me and asking for advice.
Yeah.
And I won't say his name or anything, but it's a 24-year-old lad, and he's got 2 kids, and you can imagine the situation he's in, dude. All of his friends are going out every weekend.
Yeah.
He's not doing the right thing by the missus and the kids. He knows he's not doing the right thing by the missus and the kids. But he's also acknowledging that he's still very young and he needs help.
Yeah.
So he's asked, is there any advice that you've got for me? And I've sort of had to tread carefully here, because you don't want to go just throwing out, do this or do that to someone that's 24 that's got 2 kids. You know, you've got to be responsible within your answer.
Yeah.
And so I give him an answer very similar to what you just said, which was, remember that all those guys that are asking you to go out with them, they're not going to be there in 2 or 3 or 4 years probably. Out of those 10 guys that you think are your friends now, I reckon you might be probably friends with 1 or 2 of them still by the time you're 30, if you're lucky.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I got that same advice from someone very close to me.
Yeah,
it was like my foster father, you know,
Yeah, okay.
when I was off the rails a bit, and then, you know, got into the music, trying to get myself together. Someone I was staying with, shout out to Andrew De Silva, Daddy Darkness, we used to call him. He's black as fuck. But yeah, he said that same thing to me, man.
Yeah, man.
It was like, all these fucking mates you're going out with every weekend and doing whatever the fuck yous are doing.
Yeah.
It was like, when you have a missus and you have a family going and all that, they will not be around. And I was like, yeah, whatever, cunt. You know what I mean? Like, but he was right. The exact same thing happened, man. When I found the missus and we had children and we moved into a house together.
Yep.
All that shit stopped. Then people are not in my life anymore. And I got no hate for them or nothing. But I wish them the best in life, and I hope they go far. But I can't, like, he was right. I couldn't be with them and do the family thing. You know what I mean? You have to find strength within yourself. You have to be comfortable being alone, being with your family. I think that's a big one, man.
Let's speak off the back of that.
Yeah, being comfortable alone is huge. I've noticed as I'm getting older that there's a lot of people that can't be by themselves. No, they just can't.
No, they can't.
They'll be in a relationship for 10 years. It'll go bad. They'll break up. A month later, they're with someone else.
Yep.
People are afraid of being alone. I think because of what I went through. I got over that.
Yep.
You know, before I met the missus, I was single for a long time. I think 3 or 4 years.
You know what I mean? All of us were like that, bro.
Yeah, I lived in an apartment in Joondalup by myself.
Yep.
Couple of years. Like I became comfortable with myself and being in my own head. But yeah, like I said, as I'm getting older, I'm seeing a lot of people, man, they can't do it. They hate it. They go crazy if they're alone.
There's a Tom Hardy quote, and I'm a massive Tom Hardy fan, man. He is my favorite. He's got this quote that's saying, being by yourself too much is dangerous.
Oh, it is. It is.
And it's very dangerous, because if you can make money and live comfortably, you're not going to have time for anyone else, and you're going to be that selfish person. But then again, are you really being selfish by looking after yourself in that way?
I love being alone, man.
Yeah, bro.
I actually love it. I'll go for walks on the beach. I walk on the beach for 2.5, 3 hours by myself.
That's cool.
And I will enjoy every minute of it.
That's cool. That is cool, man.
I love it, bro.
I knew you was going to succeed when you come to do the waterproofing training, because There's a certain bloke who will work in the houses all day by himself with a set of headphones in, man.
Yep.
And me and you are one of them.
Yep.
It's that solace, that alone, that I don't want anyone to help me because they're probably going to fucking make it harder anyway.
Yes,
Get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, power in finding your comfort, but also when you're recovering from drugs or alcohol, it's a very lonely time.
It is.
You go from having 25 people around you, being in group chats, your phone dinging, spending thousands of dollars, staying in different states, hotel rooms, flying around, to just sometimes it's just you and a cup of noodles on the couch on a Friday night, man. And,
yeah, bro.
you know, that's what recovery is. And that's why I podcast, bro.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah.
Cup of noodles, alone.
Yeah, man.
Watching something on telly. You know, like, I think anyone that's in a shit position and trying to recover, my advice would be get used to being alone. Like, get comfortable in your own skin, comfortable in your own mind, and find peace within.
Yeah.
Because that will help dramatically externally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to end this podcast with a positive message, and thank you so much for coming on, bro. I really appreciate it. I've loved having a chat with you, especially in this setting as well. Like, it's
no, thank you, man. Like, you know, I come and do this not because this is cool, but because I love having a convo with you, and we, you know, there's a lot of shit that we talk about that's just
man,
it's just cool shit, and we enjoy the conversation. So when you start doing the podcast, I was like, now we could talk shit, and everyone can listen to us talk shit.
All right, this is something I've written, and it's like a miniature poem, but it's for everybody in recovery. Possibly going to get a clip made up for it and put it on my socials and everything, but this is my message to someone who's in recovery at the moment. If you're listening right now and you're in recovery, or you're even just thinking about recovery, I want you to know something. You're not broken, and you're not too far gone. You're not behind, you're becoming. Every single day that you choose to show up, even when it's messy, and even when it hurts, brother, that is progress. That is growth. You might not feel it today, but all those tiny steps that you took, one day you will look back and realize that you didn't give up, and all of those steps is what built the new you.
That was beautiful, man.
Thank you, bro. That's my heart.
Yeah.
That's my heart and soul right there, man.
Yeah.
And I nearly got tears in my eyes. So, you know, like, that's what I want my message to be from the recovery tapes, bro. Like, I want people to fucking hear that and hear that pain and that thing in my voice. Like, I used drugs for a very long time and it fucked me up. And I'm only just starting to fully get into my recover, where I'm, like you said, back in that zone where I'm not tweaking out, I'm not this and that. So I lost a lot of my time from drugs, and I don't want anyone else to if they don't have to. So for everybody that did take the time to listen today, thank you so much. And Niels, thank you for coming on. So stay safe and stay sober, people. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace.